And we're back in Gladius. I believe that recording might have actually cut in while I was talking, so you may have just heard me instead say, Acting Gladius, or something like that. I don't care. This is going on quite a bit longer than I expected here. The Storm Surge push, though, looks like it is working. But I was hoping to get multiple recordings done today, in large part so I can go ahead and get this Tau game wrapped up, and move on to Eldar, and maybe record some other game other than Gladius. And the game seems a bit louder than normal to me, but I believe that's because I have my volume turned up on my earbuds. The game audio should still come through as fine as ever. Now let's see, this is the start of a new turn. We still have not got to try out the beautiful new Tiger Shark. Let's see how this baby works. Now, is this thing heavy? If this thing is heavy or whatever, what's it? There's some ability, hang on, the Storm Surges have it. The Storm Surges have an ability. Ah, here we are. Stabilizing anchors. Oh, no, wait, that's increasing the range if it's not moved this turn. What is it? The Hammerhead doesn't have it. What I'm looking for is an ability that makes it where the heavy debuff does not apply to that unit, where if they've moved that turn, they do less damage. I don't see it. I could swear that one of the units has it, but I might not remember which unit that is. Anyways, let's look over the Manta's abilities real quick. I want to make sure. It's irrelevant, because I'm going to be moving it no matter what. Alright, I'll just move it. Let's see. It's got a ion cannon with a range of 3, missile pods with a range of 2, burst cannons with a range of 2, and neither of them are rapid fire. None of the weapons are rapid fire, so I don't need to get right next to the enemy to do it. Excellent. Alright, now we're going to want to hit the Fortress of Redemption here. It was really annoying that the opponent put that Fortress of Redemption there right at the end of my turn, but Fortresses of Redemption are expensive, and you only get one every 10 turns, so it's not the end of the world that the Space Marine player put that there. I'll be able to still push him back bit by bit. Got a nice root beer here. Hopefully it doesn't make me too burpy. Alright, let's see. We can overcharge our weapons. It's not any good against the Fortress of Redemption, however. We can also go supersonic, which increases the movement. We can do that once every 3 turns. Excellent. Don't have a use for it right now. It's a pretty good amount of damage, especially considering this thing's got an absurd amount of health. 80 health and 9 armor. The Storm Surge... Whoop. Hang on, I accidentally clicked on notification. Give me a second. Let's see, the Storm Surge has considerably less health and the same amount of armor, so this thing's even tankier, and it's a flying unit, so it's immune to melee. Excellent. Yeah, once I've got this thing out, it seems like it's just kind of over for these fools. Of course, if it ends up with every player on the field having access to their crazy Titan units, well, then who knows how the game looks at that point. Now, let's see. This Hammerhead can go ahead and finish off this Fortress of Redemption, but who does more damage to this Fortress of Redemption? The broadsides do, so let's have this Hammerhead finish off the Fortress of Redemption. There we go. Finally, the Space Marines get to take some losses. Okay, now I'm probably going to want to go ahead, let's see. Let's have the Ethereal apply Storm of Fire. Actually, let's go ahead. Can we... Is there a spot we can move? Yeah, let's move the Storm Surge to where he can... Yeah, there we go. That's close enough. Okay, now we're going to have the broadsides and the Storm Surge. Yeah, the broadsides will go ahead and hit. Very good. And these guys will hit as well. Excellent. The Storm Surge will do quite a bit of damage. But first, I have an idea. Because otherwise I'll probably never get around to using it, I'll go ahead and pop Zephyr's Grace on the broadsides so they can attack again. And delete a Fortress of Redemption within a single turn. Now, let's see. Which of you does more damage to the Razorback? 15, 17. Okay, it's the Storm Surge. Okay. Excellent. Now, the nice thing about fighting Space Marines is that every time you take down a Fortress of Redemption, you know you're hurting their economy. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use Hammer of Wrath. It's just a free buff. Now, which of these do I think is going to be the bigger threat? It's going to be the Predator. The Predator has the better anti-vehicle possibilities. So we will go ahead. Let's see. Can we also... Destroyer missiles. I'll throw those on afterwards as a little bit of sauce. A little bit of icing on the cake. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying things now. Oh, wow. Goodbye, Predator. Sheesh. Brutal. Let's see here. These guys do have EMP grenades. Hey, now. That's an idea. I mean, it'll suck if they take a lot of damage, but they probably won't take that much damage. Now, let's see. EMP grenades. Go ahead and throw it on there. And bust out, hang on, just to make sure these Fire Warriors don't take that much damage. Bust out a shield drone. And that shield drone can put a shield on the Fire Warriors. These Fire Warriors will go run around back, I suppose. Alright, and on this front, the other fronts we've got here, these guys we wanted to push around to the side. The Hammerhead fleet we wanted to push in on the Necron Imperial Guard setup here. Which, let's see. We got Pathfinders and Fire Warriors around this side. And we got this plane that's taking a lot of damage and will be pulling back promptly. So, as soon as I can find a free builder drone... Oh, there's some free builder drones over there. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's see. Now, other than that... This builder drone needs to pull up and tear apart a little bit of this wire weed. There we go. And that will allow my foot units to get on through to the other side. At a very slow rate, but still better than nothing. I probably should have the Storm Surge go through first, but Fireblades aren't that valuable at this point. Every Fireblade that dies I can pretty easily replace because their cost goes down for each one that dies. Now, this amount of Hammerheads, let's see here. It can move over here and it'll be in range to hit the Tank Commander. Oh, the Necrons have a Monolith. Well, the Necrons are the bigger threat here, then, because the Imperial Guard doesn't have anything that heavy. Let's go ahead and do some damage to the Ghost Ark instead, then. Yeah, we're going to need to pump every bit of damage into the Necrons here that we can, because they will heal every bit of damage that they can. Let's see, we've got a little peninsula, a little passage here. Interesting, a little land bridge. Doing a lot of damage to the Ghost Ark. That's good to see. And can we finish it off with a Seeker Missile? Not quite. However, this Hammerhead might be able to do the job. I'm willing to push it in just to finish off that Ghost Ark, yeah. Because the Ghost Arks need to go. I just can't permit the Necrons to live. They're just too much of a problem. Okay, and this commander will move on up. And he will apply, let's see. Against the Necrons, we're going to need plenty of Callion, yeah. Yep, there we go. Gonna need that. And he can also apply two other... Oh, right. Okay, the Ethereal can apply all of his buffs in a single turn. The commander can't. Right, that's how that works. And the Sky Ray will just move up slightly. It's still my rear guard against any Imperial Guard flyers. Oh, excellent. The Storm Surge can move up at least mildly. Once it gets up there, it's going to be a big problem solver. These Fire Warriors will just stay right here. Now, let's see. Down here, we've got all these guys. Let's keep them moving just a little bit. The Riptide is healing itself, so it doesn't really need... You know, it's got a little bit of health missing, but because I've got the auto-repair tech researched, it's not really a problem. Let's see, we've got another Fortress of Redemption here. Color me surprised. And let's move up our infantry behind the armored front, so they can still lend the support of their drones. Fire Warriors are a funny unit for the Tau. You continue to build them into the late game, not so much for their actual qualities as units, but just so that they can use marker light and throw out drones. Well, you're not really expecting them to shoot at that point. I mean, they're too fragile to really put on the front line. They'll get wiped out by any other unit pretty well instantly. This guy. What's this guy's story? We just produced him. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and buy some stuff on him, but first things first, we pick up Unity, which will provide, let's see. Let's look at those upkeeps we got, those incomes we got in the top left corner. Big boosts for all of them. Oh, the Fireblade is a wonderful hero. I mean, he's not that great on the front line unless you're going for hard infantry spam. If you've built a bunch of cities on grassy tiles and you have a load of infantry in your armies, then he's great for providing the 2 buffs he's got. But otherwise, as combat goes, he seems like he's the worst hero in the game. Then again, I'm not an expert. Oh, but we have gotten to the point where all the heroes are coming out at level 10, which is pretty nice. Oh, this guy can throw out a Seeker Missile. Do we want to use it on... Oh boy, if we use it on the Monolith will heal that right back up in the next turn. So let's use it on the Ghost Ark instead. Okay, now let's see. We are going to trade some influence for some... Actually, hang on. That was such a big increase that we just got off that one Fireblade here. Let's see. It would cost 600 influence to buy another Fireblade. Oh, that is annoying. Let's see. Setting up more influence income would be... Well, we can hold off on buying anything with influence for a single turn, and then we'll be able to commission another Fireblade. But let's see. How are we doing for minerals? This guy would cost 150 food and 150 minerals. Neither are really that brutal, considering the benefits he provides to the entirety of my civilization, I suppose. Let's see. So, I'll hold off on building anything with influence this turn. Now, we have put in, let's see, yeah, an airport in Hoyor. So Hoyor is primed to produce another Tiger Shark in only 5 turns. We'll hold off on that for this turn, just for this turn. We'll put in a building, because you always want to be building buildings if you can help it, just for the future growth. Especially at this point, where our economy is so strong that our economy can just continue to multiply and multiply and multiply. If we put in more energy stations, that will be more flyers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to hit Skip City. There we go. Now, Nuanal also can produce a building. Let's see. See, this is the thing that's interesting about the Tau, is that they've got a fantastic Air Force, but they don't really have a Psyker set up. Because, you know, the Tau, one of their famous things that set them apart in the setting, is that they just flatly don't have Psykers at all. The other races, pretty well all of them do, I believe. I'm not a 40k lore expert. But the Tau don't. And for the other races, you spend quite a bit of your energy on Psykers, and the Tau just don't. So if you want to set up a strong energy economy, that won't buy many units on its own until the late game when you can get those airports running. Which, let's see here. We've already got all the mineral buildings set up in all these places. This could be a good spot. We probably do want to set this up as an influence building area. We can also set up an extra set of buildings that build units, though. That may be a good idea in the future. But this influence right here, 20% influence. We're getting more from loyalty. Yeah. Setting up at least some influence buildings would be smart. So I'm going to put in, yeah, an influence building right here. And in the turn. Oh boy, my lips are chapped. Okay, the guard is prioritizing me, which is probably the smart choice here. That one's gonna hurt them, though. Okay, let's see. How much damage can he do with that Valkyrie before I bring it down? They're pumping a lot of damage into that tank commander. I mean, he's got to die soon, right? Okay, they got a Storm Raven. Storm Ravens, if memory serves, are pretty good. The tank commander's running away. Okay, let's see. We are going to want to bring down this Valkyrie, because this Valkyrie is a pain. Let's see. How many weapons do we have here? We got a bunch of weapons with a range of 2, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and march up here. I'm going to put on Hammer of Wrath, and the Valkyrie will be dead in an instant. Okay, goodbye. Boy, that was frightening. Let's see, the Godra Fireblade is ready to level up. No, he isn't. Okay, I'm misreading the prompt. It's a little bit hard to read sometimes. Okay, now we're going to want to go ahead and take out... Oh, that tank commander doing quite a bit of damage. I mean, I guess he is a heroic vehicle, so that makes sense. Let's see here. We're going to want... Since the Fireblade was nice enough to move up and take the Overwatch damage, we're going to go ahead... Do we want the Devilfish to move up? No, we don't really. We're going to want the Commander to move up. And we're going to have him... Let's see. Combat Stimulant. I'll hold off on using that. Alright, goodbye, Tank Commander. See you later. And we're going to go ahead and just to soak some damage, I'm going to put on a shield drone right here. And the shield drone will apply the shield to my commander. Now, we want to keep pushing up and doing damage to these ghost arcs. I don't like them, and I want them gone. I don't like the Necrons. They're bad neighbors. I'm not racist. I just don't like them. And goodbye, Doomsday Arc. That was actually a Doomsday Arc. How about that? This Hammerhead can move up a little bit. What are these things? Canoptic Wraiths. Let's see. These are Whip Coils. They are a melee. They are melee. They have invulnerable damage reduction, Wraith Flight, Rending. Okay, these might be pretty solid anti-vehicle units. I don't know if I want to go ahead and throw my Hammerhead at them. Now, let's go ahead. Nah, let's go for it. Oh, hey, that's pretty good damage. Now, where are the Necron cities? That's a good question. Because I know where the Guard cities are, and I know where the Space Marine singular city is. But I don't know where the Necrons are set up. That is a curious question. Now, these Pathfinders, we'll go ahead and have them move up, and they can't put down a drone because they are already put down one drone. And we'll have the Fire Warriors move on through as well. These Builder Drones, we'll have them move up and go ahead and rip out this Wireweed. Excellent. These Fire Warriors will move where that Wireweed was. Let's see. Now, here... Well, first, let's see. Down here, we've got, right, 2 Fortresses of Redemption we're looking at. The Riptide will probably be able to do a considerable amount of damage to both. But let's focus right now on the ones that are easier to hit. Alright, this Fortress of Redemption, we'll go ahead... Let's see. We have shielded missile drones on the Riptide. That's right. Okay, we can also overcharge the Ion Accelerator, but it doesn't do anything. We can also apply a variety of buffs at the cost of health, but I won't do that just yet. We've got a pretty safe setup here for this Riptide. It's got a shield generator, and it's sitting in a forest. So we will instead have it do things nice and slow, at least for now, until another unit can come up to support it. We do have a bit of the ranged advantage here. Well, okay, never mind. The Fortress of Redemption, right, the last cannons have a range of 3. So we're going to have some of our units push in closer. Let's see. The Waste Riders, who I believe are actually a set of crisis suits. Yes, they are. Let's see. They're very close range. They are not going to like... They only have a movement of 3. That's odd. I thought that they had more movement since they're jetpack units. Let's see. Can I move them in closer without getting them in range of that Fortress of Redemption? Not really. Let's see. I'll not move them in closer. I'll instead put down shielded missile drones for now. I'll have the shielded missile drones move closer and then hit the Fortress of Redemption. Oh, hello, Storm Raven. They got 2 of those. Excellent. Okay, well, we'll have the Crisis Suit move in anyways. And do what damage they can here. The shielded missile drone is already fired. Now, let's see. We're going to have to take out 2 Storm Ravens here. This Storm Raven has already spent its Overwatch, though, so it's not going to hurt for me to just go ahead and take the Tiger Shark in closer. Does overcharging the Ion Cannon do anything? No, it doesn't. Okay. Doesn't matter, then. Do quite a lot of damage to this Storm Raven, though, and that's good to see. Very, very good. The shield drone will move up closer to the Storm Raven, where it will distract it, ideally. And take some shots from the Devastator Marines. I'm not complaining. I'd prefer for the Devastator Marines to waste their shots, if possible. And we'll have this Sunshark Bomber move in closer as well. Boy, we are primed to just delete this Storm Raven. It's ludicrous. Okay, let's see. Let's have the broadside shoot first then, because they're going to be shooting from the back. And we'll go ahead and apply Storm of Fire. Excellent. Storm of Fire only has a cooldown of 1 turn, so I should just be using it every turn. Okay, now these broadsides are going to go ahead and get their shots in. Want the Sun Shark to be the last to fire, since it's going to be the most forward-facing unit, so it's going to be the one with the best Overwatch range. Now let's see, the Hammerhead. Yeah, the Hammerhead can do a lot of damage to it. And so can the Storm Surge. But the Hammerhead looks like it'll have better command over this area in terms of Overwatch. It'll have, yeah, it can shoot all the way up to here. So we'll have the Storm Surge take that shot. While the shield drones will put their shield on the Sun Shark. There we go. Very nice setup here. These Fire Warriors don't know what to do, but they're bored. They're going to keep being bored. This Fireblade can move up. Let's have these Pathfinders move up first. Okay. Now, let's see. Who else is left on the map that needs moved? Oh, this Hammerhead can take some Seeker Missile shots. I'll do that. And this Fireblade can level up now that he's been hit by a lot of gunfire. Good for him, I suppose. He can take some free shots on the Tech Priest Engine Seers. It's very, very little damage, but that's funny. No, I'd rather him take the shot. If he's going to take the shot, and his shot is garbage, so I shouldn't worry that much about what I wasted on, but I'll go ahead and have him take the shot on the Hydra. Pretty good damage for it to be one dude shooting at a tank. Alright, let's see. This Devilfish, we want to keep it in the back lines, but it can throw some Seeker Missiles at the Hydra just to harass it. Let's see. The Commander can level up. Let's see. He only has 1 upgrade left he can get. That is an upgrade to Calyon, so that it provides more range damage reduction. That's nice. Alright, let's get this Sun Shark in range to be healed by the Builder Drones. This Tiger Shark is up and ready to go. We can go ahead and hit the Imperial Guard in their backline with it. It'd be more useful doing really damage to the Necrons. I'm really a lot more worried about the Necrons than the Guard. But if it can cut off the Guard that's attacking my Tau in their side, that'd be nice. Okay. We can afford to go ahead and get Hoyor commission another Fireblade, so I'll do just that. The loyalty increase in all of my cities will more than make up for the cost that I pay. And let's see. I can also choose to build something, build a plane here, but I will not. So I prefer to conserve my minerals at least a little bit. Let's see. Here in Kais, we are ready to put in another influence building right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Get some more influence output in my cities. Could probably stand to put in some loyalty buildings in Kais so it can catch up with the other cities, but the Fireblades are also just kind of counteracting general loyalty issues altogether throughout the whole Empire. We've got an influence building put in Nuanal. It has increased the influence output by 7. Pretty good, considering it's only supposed to increase the influence output by 4. That's nearly a 100% output increase. Very nice. And it's only going to get bigger once I add the Jakaro encampment to Nuanal's borders. Now, they could also produce another plane. Let's see. Do I want them to produce a plane? No, because I am out of energy. Okay, let's see. What have we got left to even research? Drone controller, counterfire defense system, vectored retro thrusters. Vectored retro thrusters would actually be really good on crisis suits. I'm going to go for that. That sounds good. Let's see. Speaking of which, I've got a variety of suits that could stand to have some upgrades. How many support slots do you have? Crisis says... crisis suits only have 1 support slot. Well, I want to put that towards the better movement and the ability to ignore zone of control. Let's see, the Storm Surge. The Storm Surge has 3 support slots. It has spent 1 on the Stimulant Injector and 1 on the Shield Generator. We can spend influence for more. Oh, we don't have the influence to spend, though. What a pity. Because clearly I'm not running strong enough units here. Okay, the Space Marines, what is that? They have that crazy missile silo trick they just pulled off with that Fortress of Redemption. That's an upgrade they get on all of their buildings, isn't it? And it's just an absurdly long-ranged weapon. Okay, they've got that monolith attacking the guard city. Okay, we've got Centurions here. Okay, hang on. Let me really quick look at this. Let's see. Okay, the Crackstorm missile silo is a standard weapon. It is not like the Seeker missiles where it's an ability-based weapon. Either which way, let's see. Let's get the Waste Riders in here. Excuse me, they're crisis suits. It's so weird, the unique naming system that the units get. I don't get it entirely. Let's move everybody in here just because we want to get away from that other Fortress of Redemption. And there's yet another Fortress of Redemption. Would you look at that? Okay, we can go ahead and put Hammer of Wrath on the Riptide, and he can do quite a bit of damage to the Fortress of Redemption. Excellent. His Fortress of Redemption is about to go. It's good to see. You love to see it. Let's see. Alright, now these Centurions are gonna have to go, because they do so much damage. What has happened at Games Workshop? What is this? Have they ever heard of the word over-designed? That is insane. Like, do they not... Someone at Games Workshop has to understand that the simplicity of the classic Space Marine design is the appeal. But these things are nuts. What is that? There's so much going on. It's just... It's like a Kingdom Hearts game. They're just... You know, this design isn't too much yet. We need to make it too much. We need to festoon more bullshit on this. Whatever. I don't want to be one of those guys who just sits around bitching about Games Workshop. Okay, let's see here. Who can you... Let's see. Hold Alt to hold control for max damage. If we move this close, we can do a lot of damage to the Devastator Centurions. But I don't believe the Devastator Centurions have had their move yet. They would do 13 damage. Who? Okay. Let's get rid of the land speeders then. I should check the range on the Centurions before I made that move, but it worked out. Okay, let's go ahead and just remove the land speeders from existence. I don't want to see them anymore. Be gone. Why does that unit make a sound when it dies? That's funny sounding. Okay, let's see. Alright, before we go ahead and dive the Sunshark Bomber in here, let's go ahead and put out an Interceptor Drone. And the Interceptor Drone will go right here and it'll soak up any Overwatch. Let's see. We got Assault Marines, Tactical Marines, and a Razorback. Nothing really exciting. Yeah, the Assault Marines ain't gonna do much there. The Centurions do not have their Overwatch. Okay, they must have used it between turns and I didn't see it. Okay, now, the Sunshark Bomber isn't going to do that much damage. Hoo boy, but the Storm Raven will. Oh, that wasn't as much. Okay, as I expected. Let's see. Let's hit the Centurions with at least something. They're so tanky, man. The Storm Surge we're going to have to rely on to do the meat of the damage against these guys. Let's see. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Very good. We've broken the morale of the enemy forces. Very good. I like to see it. And there they go. That is so, like, underwhelming as an effect for stomping on somebody. I mean, I know this game ain't made on much of a budget. And it looks very good for the small budget that it was made on. But it's just funny seeing that the stomp attack is he just kind of steps into the space and the opponent doesn't react at all. Okay, let's see. Goodbye, Devastator Centurions. See you next game. Oh, our Seeker missiles actually can't hit it. Oh, well, we can throw it at the Fortress of Redemption. Okay, this Hammerhead's going to be in a good spot to get hit by all kinds of enemies, but I want to be able to hit them back. And that also achieves that same purpose. Okay. We're going to need more units to move up here if we want some space, but either which way, leaving some Fire Warriors in the back as a rear guard is never a bad idea. Now, have I already moved all of you? Yes, I have. Okay, who here have I not moved? Right, this front up here against the Necrons and the Imperial Guard. Okay, we can sit here and do quite a bit of damage to this Annihilation Barge. I like it. And goodbye, Annihilation Barge. Showed up to the wrong party. There is one saving grace to fighting the Necrons. It's knowing that every unit you take from them hurts, because they are so expensive. And the early game as Necrons, that's not a problem, because build time's more of a problem in the early game than money. But in the late game, when build time becomes no longer an object, money becomes the problem with maintaining a large army. Alright, well, let's see. We're going to want to start hitting the Monolith. At the same time, I want to let the Monolith continue to get some hits in on the Imperial Guard city. At the same time, catching the Monolith between a rock and a hard place is just too tempting to turn down. The Necrons are just such a pain. Okay, this Hammerhead's gonna have to... Oh, this is the Devilfish, right, okay. Yeah, I don't want him getting too close. He's full of valuable goodies. The Commander could move in and do a lot of damage. Let's see. Let's move the Storm Surge up a little bit. And then what we'll do is... This Fireblade's just gonna have to cool his jets for a little bit and sit and heal. Right there? No, we'll have him sit and heal right where he is, where others can defend him. Okay, who do we want moving up? I want these guys to move up and get buffed by the Commander, so the Commander isn't just wasting a buff when he pops one. Which, let's see. Probably should have had the Builder Drones move here and the Skyray move here, because there's more of a likelihood that the Guard is going to bring a Valkyrie down on this coastline, but it is what it is. I'll have the Tiger Shark covering this side anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, now we want to apply Montka or Kalyan or Rinyan. I don't know what the difference is between Montka and Rinyan in terms of the amount of damage you push out. I feel like I should know that. Maybe Montka's better on the rare few melee units that the Tau have, if you've really built that many, you know, Narlocks or what have you, which I have not. So I guess instead I'll go for Circle Blades. I really don't know. Oh, adjacent to other allied units. Okay, I've only just now read. Okay, Montka is plus 75% damage. I wasn't reading the text above the percent because I thought it was just lore. Oh, that makes me feel silly. Okay, Montka, you do more damage to units that are below 50% health. Rinyan, you do more damage to units that are adjacent to your own units. So none of these are actually really going to be that helpful right now. So I'll hold off on using either. Yeah, I'll go ahead and bust out Kalyan then. Okay, and then I will move in and go ahead and start hitting this monolith at close range because I'm a crazy person. And I will also bust out this combat stimulant. Very good. It does a not significant amount of damage, but hey, any damage to a monolith is good damage. The Storm Surge can only hit the Devil Dog, but that's not the end of the world. Oh, hang on, I was messing with the overcharge. There we go. Okay, these Fire Warriors can put down a drone if they want, but I won't just yet. Drones are a rare and valuable ability. Well, not really. Let's see, this Devilfish can move back here to contribute some fire to the monolith against the monolith, but it does so little that it's irrelevant. Might want to dump out the Fire Warriors at this point, but we'll see. Don't want them to just be sitting there the whole time. Let's see. These Pathfinders can step up and do some light damage to the Devil Dog, but let's not do that. Let's have them sit right here. That way they'll also provide a zone of control to block any flyers from coming in and hitting the Builder Drone. Alright, now who here has anything left they can do? The Storm Surge has Destroyer Missiles. Oh, I thought that was the ability to... Hang on, okay, I was confused. I didn't think that was Destroyer Missiles. I got confused and thought that was overcharging. Silly me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use it. There we go. So much firepower indeed. Those pilots have that right. Let's see. Let's go ahead here and fly on over here, and we will continue to hit that Chaplain. If we can take out the Chaplain, that will also be a nice hit against the Space Marine economy, since the Chaplains provide loyalty the same way the Fireblade does. Very nice. Oh, he can do something else. He can also throw out some Seeker Missiles. Why not? Seeker Missiles are fun. And there goes the Chaplain. He used a very doofy-looking dying animation. Okay, Nuanal is ready to produce more stuff. it has the influence income is now fully double. That's very good to see. Now we can go ahead and put in more buildings that have not already been put in to increase the Utopia bonus. I'm curious about that. Let's see. I've got research buildings, influence, loyalty, a single population cap increaser. I've got unit producing buildings of every kind. So what we're going to want here is we do not have any power producing buildings, nor do we have any food producing buildings. And those both would increase the Utopia bonus. So let's see, what's a tile that I think is more or less useless? This isn't a very good tile, so I'll go for it. And in doing so, I will also connect New Onal's borders to Cais's, thus producing one long, stringy city from Hoior all the way up to New Onal in the far northeast. Little bit of urban sprawl going on here. Let's see, Hoior, we can go ahead and put a building in here. We're going to want to put in another energy-producing building, because we are going to need it if we want a serious air force. Let's see, what's a good energy-producing tile that won't take up... We can go ahead and put it here on this forest, and then tear the trees out of the ground. And then put a bunch of power buildings in there. That would be good. Let's see, this Fireblade is ready to go shopping. Let's see, we're not going to bother with the Scrolls of Magnus anymore. We just want a tantalizing icon. Very good. Very, very good. And then he will go ahead and just sit right... where's this plate? He will go ahead and sit right here, where he can just sit alone and do nothing and not bother anyone. Very good. Let's see, this builder drone can continue to repair this Sun Shark bomber, or actually this is a Razor Shark fighter. Either which way, a Razor Shark fighter is still good. It can be used to take out the Imperial Guard's Valkyries and the Space Marines' Storm Hawks, or Storm Ravens, whichever ones they're called, as long as it doesn't die before they do. I probably should have had that shield drone move up to apply the shield to the commander instead of the Storm Surge, but I do value the Storm Surge more. Let's see, who's the last unit I haven't used? Oh, this silly little interceptor drone, right? Okay, well, we can overcharge the ion rifles for a modicum more damage against these assault marines. Hey, that's pretty good damage against tactical marines. I'll take it. Very nice. Alright, let's see. Now, Hoior can also produce a plane, but we won't do that. Malakara has got 3 Brocuranum foundries set up and is ready to start actually being a really productive city. Very, very good. Now, what we're going to want to start doing is putting in, of course, a building of each kind to increase loyalty. So, let's see here. Well, this would be a good research city, but I'm in the extremely late game. And turn 200. This is uber late game. So I've got everything researched. Let's see, this is a crappy tile. Let's put in, let's put a building. Let's expand there and probably tear up the Imperial Ruins, because I'm not going to use the extra minerals they provide. And then put in a research building right there. And that'll provide a Utopia bonus. It'll be nice. Quite a few of my units are taking a bit of damage, but we shall see whether or not it's anything worth worrying about. Probably not. The Necrons, it seems, are bothered by me, considering their decision to move in some Praetorians and an obelisk in my general direction. Let's see if I can flee, but probably not. Yeah, this hammerhead is going down. That's unfortunate. Whew, he's got reduced movement and hit points. Ah, well. What can you do? He'll do some damage to Praetorians before he leaves. Let's see. This hammerhead, it's kind of a waste to have him do damage to those scarabs. I'd rather hit the monolith while I can, even if it exposes my flank here. What damage I can do, I want to do. Now, let's see. Yeah, just go ahead and hit him with some shots here. Okay, what are we looking at here? Not a lot of Imperial Guard units that are real threats. This Storm Surge can go ahead and delete that Necron Monolith. Very good. I know that hurts for the Necrons. Such a good unit for them to lose. Let's see. This Tiger Shark can go ahead and dive into this, what I thought was the center of the Imperial Guard formation, but apparently there's none of them here. And the Tiger Shark can just delete that Commissar. Goodbye. Oh, right. He's got that weird thing where Commissars just come back from the dead. Boy, I always forget that ability exists. That's a very good ability. And these Fire Warriors will just move on up and remove this Devil Dog from existence. And we can go ahead and throw down a shield drone as well. Use it to shield the commander, because he will always need it. And let's see, this Devilfish will continue to sit in reserves with a bunch of Fire Warriors packed up inside of it, while these main foot-slogging Fire Warriors have to come in from behind. The Sky Ray will still leave it in the flank to protect. This Razor Shark can pop up here to do at least some scouting. I doubt he'll be able to do much damage. I stand corrected. That's a pretty good amount of damage. At least against the Scout Sentinel. Probably not much damage against anything heavier, but hey. Very, very good. Let's see. We can also do a bit of damage to the Lord Commissar, but we'll hold off for just a turn, because he already has the capability to do so much damage that it's kind of irrelevant. We'll have the Storm Surge step on him, even though it does nothing. Let's see here. Now, this commander is ready to level up. That can't be right. Oh, I guess he had one more point to level up. Okay, he could level up Callion. That's nice. Good for him. This Devilfish, we'll just have it stand in place. Same for these Pathfinders. I don't really... I'll move them up just a space. Okay, this Builder Drone is ready to go back to being dormant. It's completed its job. I've got another Storm Surge! Amazing. Well, it's going to take him a while to get up to the front lines. Oh boy. Better start walking now! Good luck with that, pal. These Fire Warriors. Did I have anything in mind for them? Let's just have them sit. I don't know, just in case. On the off chance that some kind of enemy unit of some kind gets to my cities. Let's do more damage to this Fortress of Redemption. I don't like it, and I want it gone. This Sunshark Bomber will retreat some ways. Where's the closest builder drone? There isn't a closest builder drone. Though there certainly is a furthest builder drone. I should get more builder drones, at least just camping around my cities. They'll be more helpful if I just have them floating around. Alright, these broadsides, they can't contribute much here, but if I throw them closer to the front line, they can do quite a bit of damage. However, the Tiger Shark, let's see, can go ahead and, let's see. Do we want anyone? There's not really anyone I want to come up and just tank the damage from these Devastator Marines. These Devastator Marines almost certainly still have their Overwatch. I may just have to live with it, though. We're very close to just killing the Space Marines outright. If I kill the Space Marines outright, that will allow my whole force over here and here to sweep to the east and see what the Necrons have rocking here in the southeast quarter. So, it's time that this army that has been sitting here for a decade now finally gets on the move. And let's see, the Space Marines almost certainly do not have anything invested on their western flank still. Does not seem to be the case. Or, excuse me, does seem to be the case. So, I can just freely move up my whole army. Wow, I have a unit of Vespids here? Ugh. This Cadre Fireblade that doesn't have the loyalty buff yet, I might as well delete him. He's just taking up influence. Okay, yeah, these guys are going to be ready to take on the Space Marine City. It'll be hit from two sides. Very good. Meanwhile, down here, we are continuing to work down this Fortress of Redemption. We'll have the Crisis Suits do the damage, and they'll do the finishing blow. Very good. Allowing my Riptide and Hammerheads to push on to the next one. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just keep going here. We'll let the hammerhead sit up front and take most of the damage, I suppose. Why do I have such tremendous line of sight over... Why can I just see through the fog of war the enemy's fortresses of redemption? That makes no sense. These Waste Riders, I'm going to tell them to sit on this outpost until they're healed. The Fire Warriors will move up to protect them. Okay, who is left that I have not moved? Oh, these guys! Right. These broadsides. Let's see. You can move up here, and you can move up here. So, let's have you move. You'll take the Devastator shots. I'd rather you take the Devastator shots than the Tiger Shark anyways. The Tiger Shark's just more valuable than you guys, sorry to say. Ethereal can move up and soak in the Fire Warriors. Now, out of you guys... let's see. You get a better shot at these Marines, so... Let's have you finish off the Fortress of Redemption here. There we go. Now, who is the bigger threat? We've got such a tremendous armored front that Assault Marines aren't really something to be worried about. But they do have jump packs, which means they can flank around and hit my Fire Warriors, so I'll go ahead and do some damage to them. Very good. Okay, now the Tiger Shark is the last unit. Let's have it move in and erase the Devastators, because I don't like them. Goodbye! Oh no, a Razorback's Overwatch. What am I gonna do? Goodbye. Okay, and this set of broadsides also has some Seeker missiles. It won't do much, but it'll do something, which is better than nothing. At least so they say. Little bit of New York there, so's they say. It's like a Futurama, that Futurama janitor dude. Not Scruffy. The one that's just generally the kind of public worker, I guess. Okay, let's see. We could throw out some shield drones to soak some damage, but I don't expect the Assault Marines or the Tactical Marines to do that much damage. And, okay, we're now moving on to the economic phase here. Let's see. Malkara has expanded a tile. Let's have them tear up that tile, remove the city area, because I will be using this particular tile to put in Utopia buildings and not the mineral buildings that I'm actually wanting out of that city. However, let's see, we've got more energy buildings set up, and now it's time to put in even more. Let's tear out this jungle so we can replace it with a power plant. Ah, the joys of industrialism. Alright, we'll skip this city. We are losing energy rapidly, but I'll be dealing with it in time in Hoyor. Let's see, we are losing growth in Kais, but I can spend influence to counteract the effects of that. We've got influence buildings set up here. I am curious about setting up a loyalty building. I may just go ahead and go for that. Sure, let's do it. It'll be 3 turns anyway, so it won't take up that much of my money. Or that much... Yeah, but the longer the building times, there is an upside. Well, there is no upside, but there's a comfort to long building times on buildings. At least in that you know you're not going to be spending money on the city in the meantime, so the money can go elsewhere. Let's see, New Onel. We've expanded into another bad, well, not bad, but tile that I just don't want to use in this city. It's not to my preferences. And so we can put in an energy and a food building, I believe is what I decided. Yes, an energy building and a food building. Excellent. We'll put in the food building first. No, we will put in the energy building first, because I need it more. There we go. Now, let's see. We're going to go ahead and... All of my cities need more people, but Kais seems like it probably needs them the most. So I'm going to proselytize in Kais, testify, as Devon would say. Let's see. We can also spend influence for minerals, but it seems like I've actually finally got a good mineral upkeep, or mineral income going. I can also spend it to upgrade my suits, and I'm thinking about that, yeah. Let's see. These Waste Riders, how many other Crisis suits do I even have? Probably not that many. I've not been building a lot of Crisis suits because while their movement is... The jetpack movement thing is nice, and the close range damage they put out is nice. They're really a unit that you probably want to be using more against, say, the Orcs or the Tyranids. Not so much the Guard, the Necrons, or the Space Marines, who are all very ranged-focused factions. I mean, the Space Marines and Necrons can try some of more of a melee setup, if they take, let's say, more flayed ones or Assault Marines, but that's generally not how they play. And the Assault Marines aren't really that much of a worry anyways, they're not that good. Let's see, so, in that case, I'm going to just go ahead and dump a bunch of support systems on this Storm Surge, because they'll be useful at some point in the future. Let's see, we'll put a Stimulant Injector on him. We will not put a Velocity Tracker on him. We'll put a shield generator and an advanced targeting system on him. There we go, and that is one souped-up Storm Surge. Hoo boy. Oh, it's glorious, ain't it? Just a big, walking, firing platform of every kind of weapon imaginable. Ah, Warhammer. It's ridiculous, and it's great. Now, let's see. Kais can also produce something. What does it want to produce? It wants to produce another Storm Surge. Who am I to deny them? No, we don't really have the... Well, 80 energy is not a... It doesn't have an energy income. It doesn't have an upkeep in energy. It just has an upkeep in minerals. So, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to produce another Storm Surge here. Alright, now we can choose a research. Let's see. Seditious Research. Increases the loyalty penalty of Subvert City. A ability that is mostly terrible. Let's see. We can also go for mini mouths. I don't think I'll ever be at a food deficit necessary to use that. Photon Grenade, the ability to throw blinding grenades. I don't have enough Fire Warriors or Pathfinders on the front lines to justify that. Increases accuracy of Overwatch. Yeah, it's a little bit specific. Yeah, I'll go for Seditious Research. It's a terrible ability, but it's still funny to use. For instance... Observe. Oh, wait, I can only do it to cities I can look at. That's kind of annoying. Oh, this Hammerhead is in the firing line of several Fortresses of Redemption. That's annoying. Fortresses of Redemption are so good in the late game, man. It's crazy. Then again, I guess all of the playable races have something that's really good in the late game. Where'd the Monolith go? Did it teleport? It probably teleported. Okay, they brought out their Storm Raven here to try and take out the Hammerhead, which they did succeed on. That's annoying, because getting another Hammerhead to the front lines is troublesome. However, I don't mind that badly, because I can just kill the Storm Raven. Okay, you guys are all going to camp out right here. I don't have a whole lot of use for you right now. Each of you is too squishy to do any damage to the Fortresses of Redemption. But at the very least, you'll be able to hold the line against any kind of light offense that the Space Marines throw at me here. Okay, it's time to take down this city. Hang on, where's the city center? It's there. Okay. Let's go in the city. If we go in the city, then we do more damage to the city. That's a decent amount of damage, but it's nothing too much worth worrying about. Now let's go ahead and spend a little bit of health for an invulnerability damage reduction on the Riptide, because the Riptide, now that it's taken some shots, is going to be the focus of the enemy firing line. We can also put out these shielded missile drones. They'll take a little bit of damage from the Razorback, but it isn't worth worrying about. Now, the cities, what is it? Increases damage reduction and healing rate for allied units, decreases movement cost of units, increases range of damage reduction of infantry units, yada yada yada. What is it? Wasn't there some kind of thing where they take less damage from units that are outside the city? I don't know. Evidently not. I might have made that up. Let's see. Overcharging does nothing for the Riptide. However, Hammer of Wrath provides a nice buff, so I will do some damage here. Okay, now let's see. Can I see the loyalty within the city? Can I see what their loyalty is? No, I can see morale. That's different. The city is level 2. That always cracks me up that the cities can level up. Okay, we will go ahead and subvert city? We'd be better waiting a couple turns, I suppose. At the same time, by that point, I'll probably forget to use it. I don't know. Alright, we'll push the Hammerhead on up, along with the Commander. And the Fire Warriors. The Fire Warriors won't do much, but they can at the very least hold tiles so they don't go to the enemy. Okay. My units may be stretched a little thin right now. I am feeling a little bit of that. But the tiger shark will be able to move in, and let's see, that is a hunter. What do you do? What is your specialty, sir? Oh! You are an anti-air vehicle. We can't have that, sir. Let's see, if we overcharge, it does nothing. Okay, what's the point of the overcharged weapons? I don't get it. Either which way. Goodbye. Alright, we're going to want to move more of our men up. Oh, the hammerhead can now attack that hunter. That's funny. And apparently, so can the fire blade? No, he can use his long-range strike on the city itself, which is terrible. He tries, though. He tries. Okay, let's see. The broadsides can erase one of these units. Let's erase the tactical marines. Goodbye. Now, if we erase these boys, then they will be gone, and that way the storm surge can move up a little bit more easily. Though it only has moves of 3. Oh, yeah, it can move up anyways. Let's just keep everyone moving on up. And push on into the city's rear. This Sunshark bomber will need to pull back more so it can get some of that builder drone action. And let's see, over here on this front, where I am still worried about the Necrons. I am always worried about Necrons. Even when I'm not playing Gladius, I'm worried about Necrons. I mean, frankly, it's just unrealistic to not worry about Necrons. Okay, the Tiger Shark can once more erase the Lord Commissar. Goodbye. See you in the next life, of which you apparently have several. And we can do some damage to that Doomsday Ark. Boy, the Necrons just have the guards surrounded on all sides. It's crazy. This is... Okay, so this is pretty clearly that the AI is forward settled this city quite a bit. Let's see. We'll do some damage to that Doomsday Ark. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, it's firing 3 Seeker missiles. See, Seeker missiles? Seeker missiles would be cool. Seeker missiles. Okay, well, the Basilica Administratum is... Holy... it fears my storm surge. You know, I understand. I'd be scared too. I'd be very, very scared. I very much saved the guard from the Necrons here only to put them in a new frying pan into the fire, very much so. Let's see, we can go ahead and let's do some more damage to the Doomsday Ark. I don't like Doomsday Arks, I want them to go away. Don't like you, Necrons. You smell bad. I don't know what I'm saying here. Let's see, this shield drone, which I just moved up so it'd soak up fire, can still go back here and provide some defense to the fire warriors. So I'll have these fire warriors move up and at least contribute some missile fire to the destruction of the city. Yeah, not bad. How much damage to the Devilfish does a good amount of damage too. How about that? Let's see. Yeah, it's an assault weapon. Okay, it doesn't need to be at close range then. Go ahead and do that. Now this builder drone, we're going to want to move it up and have it heal the commander. There we go. The commander is ready for more action. Now that the commander is ready for more action, where do we want to put him? Do we want him to deal the final blow on the Basilica Administratum? Why, yes we do. Goodbye, city. Oh, hey, there's a basilisk back there. Okay, so this right here is where the guard's main city is. Okay, good to know. And there goes that guard city. It's like it was never there. That's frightening. Alright, who out here is left not doing things? You, Mr. Hammerhead, will take quite a hefty amount of damage from that monolith, that obelisk when it gets here. Let's see. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Instead, I'll choose to finish off this Doomsday Ark, because if you don't finish off that Necron unit, there's a good chance you'll just heal right back up. So you gotta take what shots you can get. We can throw some Seeker missiles at this obelisk, not bad. And the obelisk is now morally broken. Why? For what reason? Can I get rid of the morale of this? Can I just 100 loyalty to get rid of that little morale that it's got left? How much morale's it got left? 6 out of 13. Well, it's probably worth it, honestly, just to get it to leave, just to get it to not do that much damage. I'll do that. Now, let's see. Over here in Tantalin Falls, right, I wanted to wait on using the Subvert City ability for when I can do double loyalty damage to it. Let's see. We can also get out some more drones here as the Fire Warriors. Marker drone is useless on cities, so instead we'll put out, let's see, a shield drone, which will, of course, apply a further shield upon the shield that the Riptide already has. And apparently the Fire Warriors can also contribute some shots to their city. Not a lot, but hey. The city has such a high population that it's just tanking a lot of damage. Let's see, these shielded missile drones can also do a little bit of damage, but they do better damage against the Razorback, so let's go with that. Very good. We have yet another Fireblade here in Hoyor. Let's move him out a little bit more towards the Jakaro encampment, and we'll go ahead and get that Unity bonus. Again, let's watch those incomes go up in the top left. So good. So good. Okay, and there we go. That's a reason enough to play the Tau, honestly. The satisfaction of getting the Unity bonus. Whoops. You! Right, you. Yeah, you just sit here and heal for a little bit longer. Okay, Nuanal is ready to put in the food building. The Garbo food building that I did not... I'm only just putting in for the Utopia bonus. Now, let's see. Hoyor and Malkara. Malkara will get first priority when I look at build orders, because it is the newer city. Now, we will go ahead and put in a research building here, just to go ahead and get a little bit of that Utopia bonus rolling in Malkara. And down here in Hoyor, we will go ahead and set up another energy building is what we're going to want, because the energy has been a pain. So we will go ahead and put in more energy buildings right there. Okay. Now, I believe it's been probably over an hour by this point. So I'll be going ahead and cutting this recording. But, unless lightning strikes or something like that happens, I'll be going immediately after I end this recording, cut this recording, I'll be going into the next recording. That way I can really hammer out what's left of this Tau playthrough. So let's go ahead and cut this recording. Goodbye, folks!